This is a story about some of the cars I've had before the development of digital cameras. I started driving in the early 70s on a 1971 Ford Galaxy 500. Actually, my dad taught me to drive on a rather large dump truck about 1971. I drove the Galaxy 500 a lot, even though I looked all of 12. My first brand new car was a 1974 American Motors Gremlin X. A truly fun car, this one had a 304 cubic inch V8 and a manual transmission. Dad and I rebuilt the engine mildly stronger, and I put a heavier clutch and better Muncie transmission in it, so overall, this was one strong, running little car. Along the years, I had my share of $300 beater vehicles. I didn't take pictures of each one, but I had fun with them all. This includes this 1972 Chevy K5 Blazer. It was a tank, couldn't stop it. The cargo area got its treatment of shag carpeting because, well, it was a fun truck. Wink, wink. Another beater truck was this 1962 Ford F100. Ugly as sin, I painted this with rattle cans. It was good for hauling stuff around. One nifty little thing I had was this 1975 Ford Mustang II. Ford badged this as a Mach 1. This car had a V6 and a manual transmission, and was indeed pretty peppy. I wasn't thrilled with the factory finish and worked with Wanamaker's Auto Body on Center Street to repaint it in a better red and black. I did all the prep work and priming, but I wasn't up to painting finish coats yet. I also built a speaker cabinet in the back before that was really a thing, and upgraded the carpeting. Girlfriend liked it. Since I was single and working at country companies making pretty good coin, I bought a 1980 Camaro Z28. This car was simply awesome. Didn't have to do very much in terms of motor upgrades, but I did add wheel flares and larger tires. The toughest thing to watch was when Glass Specialty cut the roof off to install T-tops. I miss that car. I understand when I sold it, it was rolled and totaled within a month. Now I needed something else to drive if I didn't feel like driving the Zed. I bought a 1978 Ford LTD II. It was a classy car, but not quite classy enough. I worked a deal with Brunner Auto Body and Anchor to let me prep and repaint the car in an attractive brown and caramel. This time I did the painting myself. Then I put a new set of tires and wheels on and had a great deal of fun with it. Although not really a beater truck, I had a good time with this 1987 Chevy Blazer. I really like this vehicle. I have no idea why I could only find one negative of it to scan. Who knows? I may have lost half my slides and negatives in the divorce. Beats me. I'm quite positive that despite film being the only way to take pictures back then, I didn't hold back from it. Now here's where I start to have a love-hate relationship with a project car. I bought a 1957 Chevy Bel Air 210 sedan. I bought it as a straight-axle fiberglass front-end drag car. I sourced a frame from a wrecked car of the same year and restored that so I could get back to a conventional front suspension. I also narrowed a rear end and axles so I could get my wider rear tires completely tucked under the rear fenders. The engine in this thing, however, was a technical masterpiece. Balanced and blueprinted Chevy 350 small block, cylinder heads ported and polished, 30/11.5:1 compression ratio aluminum pistons, a majorly slobbery solid lifter cam with gear drive, and a mid-rise aluminum manifold with dual Carter 500 carburetors. This engine was insanely strong. And loud, too. I ended up running dual exhausts with stock mufflers to try to avoid attracting too much cop attention. I painted the car blue, but didn't care for it. Eventually, I sanded and prepared the car for a candy maroon paint job, but sold the car to someone up north. He painted it black. Boring. I wish I'd have pulled the engine before I sold it. There's a car down the line here a bit I would have loved to put it in. While I was working on the project car, I bought a 1969 Chevy Corvette convertible. That was a beautiful car, but at some point, the engine disintegrated itself. Unfortunately, the block wasn't salvageable, so I rebuilt a plain stock small block 350 for it that I'd pulled out of a wrecked 72 Impala. This was a fun everyday driver for a while. In 1986, I purchased an SS Monte Carlo. Man, oh man, this was a nice car. I have no answer as to why I have so few pictures of it. I know that I hot-rodded it a bit and put Kragars and better tires on it. If I had proper insight, I would have kept the engine out of the 57 Chevy and put it in this thing, but I didn't. Now my go-to utility truck around that time was a 1978 or 1979 Chevy K10 Silverado 4x4 with a snowplow. Loved this truck. Made me money with that plow. kept that for quite some time, well into my first marriage. At some point in time, I came up with an early 90s Chevy Blazer that I kept for quite some time into my first marriage. I guess I got busy raising kids, because I cannot find many pictures of this vehicle, despite having it for some time. I've also found slides and negatives of bikes that I've had over the years. My first street bike was a 1980 Suzuki GS 400. Nice bike, but it was a boring silver. While I was having the Mustang repainted, I also repainted the tank and rear fender the same color red. My first of several dirt bikes was a Yamaha 125, the year of which I have no idea. Later, I bought a 1980 Yamaha XT 500. Much fun was had with this one. I bought a Kawasaki KZ900, but I can't recall the year. Screaming fast bike, but not nearly as fast as the Kawasaki KZ1000 that I seem to have zero pictures of. I bought a late 80s Kawasaki Vulcan 750. That was a great deal of fun also. Again, I'm missing many slides and negatives of both cars and bikes, but I guess that's the way it goes, huh?